I'm not asking you guys if you are or not. I honestly don't care. But in whatever religion there is, or any God that, maybe that's the right way to say it, any God that might be, or traditional organized religion or some new age shit or some mystic magic woo-woo shit or whatever, any God that might be, can you imagine, like, why would that God, why would some, powerful, all-knowing, all-powerful, superhuman creature, why would they want to reward some bum that doesn't do shit? Like, under what circumstances would whatever God, powerful and magnificent enough for you to be worshiping or thinking about, why would that person want to reward, why would that God want to reward some bum that made a lesser effort than the other people? Why would that guy end up with the good shit when the other people that God created made a better effort and is more deserving of the good shit? Like, God is a communist? Like, what? How would that work? I'm not saying it to make fun of any base religion. I just mean, forget about the organized religion component. Just say, if there was an entity extraordinarily powerful that created the stuff and watches over the stuff, and maybe is a personal God that knows how many hairs are on your head and how many hairs are in your butt cheeks, and really cares about you intimately in some way. Why would that God want to reward a lesser deserving person more than a higher deserving person? Like, why would that be? I don't see even. I don't see why God is going to highly reward somebody who's making a lesser effort than God's other creations to earn the best shit. Like, it never made any sense to me. I don't think it works that way. I don't think the universe works that way, or nature or whatever. That doesn't make sense. So, the default outcome is not much, unless you impose your will and your efforts and your wisdom and your cunning and your the compounding of your previous social investments, financial investments, intellectual investments. You have to grow that shit and snowball that shit, and then you have an awful lot of momentum that things get easier later. So, he made a comment earlier that, dating life would be effortless. So, yeah, after the last 35 years of effort, then it's a lot closer to effortless.
Yeah, you said overnight success takes like 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years or so give you a decent start. Start to be pretty successful about that. That's how it is, man. It's not even something to be upset about. It just means, well, wherever you're at, get started now, and the sooner you get started, you'll have more time to enjoy the fruits of that before you're dead. That's not a bad thing. It's just you already made the first steps. Just keep going, man. Keep doing the things that are going to work. They're such awful scumbags that, in so low integrity, that even though I call them scumbags and low integrity, they'll still invite me to do interviews with them, because they don't care about any of that at all. They just want clicks and views. They don't want clicks. They just want the clicks and views. And I forget which one. I should look at it sometime. But it was CBS or ABC or one of those networks where the lady interviewing me. It's like a pre-recorded thing that they're going to use in a day or three or something on a show. So they do like they'll tell you like, I'll just be prepared for like an 8 to 10 minute segment, and we might edit it. And when they say they might edit it, you got to be really careful. And you always want your own recording of whatever the happened, whatever you actually said. You better have your own recording of it, because they'll do some really creative shit with their editing and make you look like you said all sorts of weird shit that you never even said, and that'll be the narrative, or that'll be your new identity. So you have to have a recording of whatever they're doing. But yeah, she said the topic of political correctness came up somehow, and I said, actually I just said this the other day on a different interview. I did a different interview out here on Friday. But yeah, the lady says, I said, well, anybody that values political correctness over factual correctness which simply means reality, they deserve the terrible outcomes that they're about to experience in life. And we talked for another few minutes, and then we cut the interview. And she's like, do you want to reshoot that? Do you want to redo that? And I said, why would we do that? And she's like, well, that might be, a little much for some people, or it might make people feel uncomfortable. So I said, lady, I don't give a shit if you put this on the air or not. So I'm not going to reshoot it. I don't give a shit if you air this thing or not. So I said, the media has such low trust with the audience now that I add more value. Me being on your network adds more value to you than it does to me to be on your network. I don't care if you use it or not, but I'm not reshooting it. If reality is a controversial topic, if that's a controversial thing, we can't talk about realities. I don't need to be on your show. I don't care. And she put it on the show. And then the scarier part to me is then my team took that clip, as they should, and they put that on Instagram, and Instagram took it down as violates whatever terms and conditions or whatever bullshit policies or whatever, So they took that down, that you can't say that a person should favor reality over political correctness. This a naughty topic, you're not allowed to say that. And I thought that was frightening, really. That's not just bad, but it's like wow, reality, talking about objective reality is a controversial idea. Saying that engaging in a fantasy land of political correctness versus factual correctness could lead to bad outcomes, that's a prohibited thought. So that's where you're at right now.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.